Howdy, 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 all you cool cats and kittens. Welcome back to another day on Anti-Tools Farm. Today is the Dance of the Moonlight Jellies. I don't know if that's the official name, but it's that cool beach event where you get to go see all the cool jellies at night.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not able to get in the game. Are you sharing it?
I did. Yeah, let me let me hide my little Stardew window here and I'll send you the invite code.
Well, thanks. Sorry
Oh,
about
you're good.
that.
This is part of the fun of technology. Every time it's going to be some fun new thing. All right,
Yeah.
that should have the code for you. And I will turn back on our beautiful game.
There we go. This is looking good. Although this might be the part where my game crashes because I'm joining the world.
Because it has to. It must.
Hey, it didn't crash. I
Berkeley.
don't even know what to make of that. Is that a bad omen?
Well,
No, it's probably a good omen because today is the day that we have Jade.
and a new baby lizard has hatched.
And a new baby lizard is hatched. Are you looking at it?
Yeah, it's asking me to choose a name.
Oh, okay. Let me check our chickens' names. We've got Winger, Abed. I think we've got a Dean, and maybe we have a Troy.
Okay.
I think, yeah, we've got a Troy. I think Shirley is next,
Yeah.
or
Or
Britta.
Starburns?
Starburns.
Starburns. I'm going with Starburns.
Yeah, do it.
Because if anybody would be a dinosaur, it would be Starburns. Aw,
That's fair.
it's a little Stegosaurus guy.
Oh, I
Do they
love them.
stay little like this forever?
No, they grow up and then start laying eggs, just like the chickens start as little yellow chicks and then turn
Ah,
into white or brown chicks. Except these ones don't change color, they just change size.
I didn't. I don't think I looked at any of the chickens when they were little.
Oh, oh shoot, we are out of food for our animals. Um,
Well, it's a good
I'm
thing we
gonna
have
run
almost 50,000 gold. We can
to
go
money.
remedy that real quick.
Yeah,
Lots going on today. So you said we've got Jade now. We did a
yeah. Do you want to
little.
talk about what we did offline?
Yeah, so we did we did a little offline skip where all we did was wake up in the morning, take care of the chickens, grab the eggs, grab the mushrooms, and go to bed. And that allowed us to harvest, I think it was 5, is that correct? Jades?
I think we have
We have
six
6.
total. I don't
Yeah.
remember how many were on the stream and how many were off, but yeah, we've got six jade, and it's the last day of summer too. So that's. I think we only skipped like a week in game.
Yeah, it wasn't much. That's for sure. But that means that we are on track to go to the desert and get ourselves some staircases so we can get down into the mines.
Yep. Yeah, this is really exciting. So getting that first jade or quartz, it also could have been quartz. We've talked about that on the stream before. Maybe we can talk about it again. Um, but basically, getting that first jade or quartz was the bottleneck for being able to complete the community center without using tools. We already had a crystallarium, which meant that if we had just one quartz or one jade, then we could have an infinite number of either of those things. And jade can be traded for staircases, quartz can be traded for bombs with the desert trader. So now we have staircases, or it could have been bombs, but we ended up with staircases because of how luck works. And so we'll be able to go trade for some staircases and start exploring the mines.
So once you get staircases, you have a chance to get quartz. Um, if we had had quartz to begin with, we would have been able to get staircases more slowly, I guess, by using bombs to blow up stuff. But
Yeah, so staircases occur naturally in the mines, and then you can also craft them from stone. So bombs would have let us both find the natural staircases and create our own eventually.
okay. Yeah, I don't know why I forgot that they occur naturally. I was like, they do? And then I was like, yeah, of course. How are you going to get between each level? Come on, man.
So you're the one with the camera that the people can see. Do you want to head over to the desert with our Jade and get those staircases?
Yeah, sure thing. I might have to phone a friend to, to make sure I do everything correctly, but I absolutely can do that.
Okay. And I will do some fishing. Actually, I'll go to Pier
Yeah.
and see if I can buy some more grass.
Oh, that's a
And
good
then
point.
for the animals, it's not what you're thinking.
But doesn't smoking some grass seem like a classic Stardew Valley thing?
Honestly, yeah. Just free, relaxing.
That's what the
Um,
game's about.
just don't forget to actually pick up the jade. Maybe you've already done that.
Yes, I'm doing it now. I'm leaving
Okay.
one in the treasure chest unless you want me to take them all.
Yeah, you can take them all. I don't see why not.
Okay, I will take them all. I saw our money counter drop and I was like, wait, but I was just using a chest. Isn't that free?
No, chests cost money.
No!
That would be a horrible
Damn you,
mechanic.
micro capitalism!
Concerned ape would never.
All right, desert trader. Let's trade. I would like bomb. No, I would like staircase.
Oh yeah, sorry if you're here because you saw our Instagram say that we were going to use bombs today. I do not know what I was thinking. We're definitely using staircases. Much less exciting, I know.
But still progress. We're
Still
getting there.
progress and a step towards bombs.
Indeed. Is there anything you'd like me to grab while I'm out here? The little cactus, cacti, and coconut stuff?
Yeah, if there's any laying on the ground, you can grab them.
Okay.
We've got some people on the stream. Welcome, everyone.
Howdy, howdy.
Someone in the chat wants to know what's y'all's favorite part of Stardew? Do you want to answer that first?
Oh man, for me it's got to be the sound design, and I know that that's a sucky answer, but I love it. It's so cozy. The music with the little walking sounds, the animal sounds. It's everything that I miss living in town. I live in a small town, but it's still, you know, my apartment is mostly just like bus noises. So
Hmm.
putting my headphones on and hearing nature is a beautiful thing to me.
Nice, relaxing soundscape. That's nice. That's a really good answer. I love just like being able to slowly build something from basically nothing. Like you start with no relationship with the townspeople, your farm is a mess, and just day by day, week by week, month by month, or season by season, I guess. This game doesn't really have months, but you're able to build that up into something awesome. I just love that feeling. I've always told people that Stardew Valley isn't really anything like Minecraft, but I like it for all the same reasons. I just love the day night loop and the having your own place that you're slowly making better, collecting materials, raising animals. It's a lovely game.
Yeah, that I think that sense of like progress and like the wholesome, I don't know, achievement, it's kind of hard to come by in modern life,
Mm.
for me at least. So like I really enjoy that aspect of like achievement, bringing order to chaos, but in like a wholesome way, and not like
Yeah.
a I have to fold all my laundry way.
Yeah, I love that. I think all video games like chase that in a way that is kind of impossible to get in real life. Because in video games you can give a much more like concentrated sense of accomplishment with a lot less actual effort, which is nice.
Yeah.
Uh, but a lot of video games do that by like having you move your way through a level you're trying to get from point A to point B or kill a certain number of enemies.
Yeah.
And the way that Stardew Valley does it just feels very different and refreshing.
Yeah.
Thanks for the question, Band-Aid 1996.
So I think the festival doesn't start until 10 p.m. Is that correct? Or it's not a festival, but it's like
I'm not sure.
the the jellies,
The Gala of the Midnight Jelly,
something like that.
the Memorial Day barbecue of the Midnight Jelly.
Ooh, is the jelly being barbecued?
Uh, I don't I don't think that would be very tasty.
No, no, it would probably just fall right through the grill as well. You know, I don't know how that would work.
Megan says it's Dance of the Midnight Jellies. That doesn't sound right to me. Picture it didn't happen.
So we've got our 6 staircases now. I'm just gonna hold on to them. Thankfully, you can't sell them. That's nice. That'd be really sad.
Oh,
Okay,
the Dance of the Midnight Jellies has begun at the beach.
it's started. And by the way, Megan, I don't mind saying you were right.
You're right again. Megan hangs out in the chat and checks us on our lore.
That's right.
We really appreciate it. I don't know why I sounded so sad about that.
Everybody wants to be right. It's just that Megan is consistently.
She says, of course I'm right. So I'm glad she knew all along.
Berkeley, where are you?
I'm just by Pierre's.
I, I, come to the festival with me.
I'm trying. I'm running as fast as my little legs will go. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can't get in until I show up, huh? That's probably my least favorite thing about multiplayer in this game is not being able to get into festivals until your partner's there.
Yeah.
And how time doesn't stop when you're paused or working on a chest.
Yeah. True. That's the tough thing about all of this implementation, right? Like if you pause time, then the other player could just exploit that and get a ton done for no, cost besides energy, I guess.
Yeah. It'd be interesting if time like went at half speed if one person was paused and then actually paused if both people were paused.
Yeah.
I wonder if that would be exploitable.
Yeah, I mean,
It,
it probably would be, but just not as hard.
yeah.
Clint, I wore my special shoes tonight. No one noticed. It's dark, man, and we're looking at jellies. Come on. I don't know. Maybe I should be nicer to Clint, but I feel like he
No, you
views
shouldn't.
himself as the victim and he's not.
Yeah. Have you seen any of his dialogue where he talks about Emily?
I feel like I have. Not much of it, but just maybe one or two snippets.
Yeah, he's got a lot of nice guy energy. It's sad.
Well, one of my least favorite professors was named Clint,
Mm.
so it
Wait, your
works for me.
professors had first names?
Yeah, yes.
So
Yes.
weird.
It is. And it's especially weird when they insist that they be called by it, but they're also not like good.
Ooh, that's just the worst combo.
It is. Clint, if you're out there watching this, Do better, man. That's all I have to say.
Speaking of people watching this, we've got a couple more people in the chat. Welcome. This is Stardew Valley Tools Aren't Real Edition, where we're beating Stardew Valley without using any tools. Hope you enjoy it. Right now, we're just at the Dance of the Midnight Jellies, is apparently what it's called. So having a little break from the anti-tool grind, but we'll be back at it in a moment. Are you ready to kick this off?
I am. Send the
Okay.
boat out to sea, Mayor Lewis. Launch it. Send it. Do it. Are we polluting? Like, is the boat gonna just be pollution out there in the ocean?
I caught like 4 trash today when I was fishing, so I think it balances out, even if we are.
There's like a one of those special fishing spots on my screen right now in the cutscene.
Oh, that hurts. Oh, I
Oh,
see
here
it.
they
Yeah, over by the
come.
other dock.
Yeah. Here's the jellies.
Here's the jellies.
Show them your shoes, Clint. Maybe they'll appreciate you.
Just stick those feet in the water and waggle them around. Get the attention that you want, but not the attention you deserve.
Have you ever seen like a glowing jellyfish in real life? Is that even a real thing?
I kind of doubt that's a real thing, but I don't know.
If any of you are marine biologists, tell us the truth about glowing jellies. Because jellyfish are actually quite interesting. I don't want to be around them, but the ones I've seen in aquariums are pretty mesmerizing.
Yeah. I saw a video on the internet this week of an octopus that was riding a jellyfish.
Whoa.
It like just latched on to the soft, not stingy part that we all learned about in Finding Nemo, and it was
Yeah.
like pulling the sides to kind of steer it a little bit. And scientists weren't totally sure why, but it looked like it was using it as like a defense mechanism so that anything that tried to chase it would get stung.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. Megan in the chat says they do glow sometimes. It was in our daughter's Sea Creatures board book. Oh, I
Ah,
didn't read that page. That's awkward.
should have done your homework, Berkeley.
Should have done my homework. I got put at the wrong house again, so I'm just gonna
Uh,
sleep there, I guess.
okay. Yeah, so if you're just joining us, Berkeley's house has been completely cut off by weeds and like stones and fallen branches that we can't destroy yet because we don't use tools. We're morally opposed to tools.
Yes.
And we don't have the bombs to clear it yet. So we've managed to do a little bit of kind of navigating by using chairs as a way to kind of circumvent that issue, but
Yeah,
every day it gets worse.
speaking of which, I left my chair. Would you be able to come bail me out?
Let's see. I don't have one in here. Where am I looking for the other chair? I'll have to.
It should be in one of the chests.
Oh, okay. Okay. Not in that one. There we go. Okay, and how do I need to place this for it to work for you?
I don't even remember. It needs to be diagonal from a square that I can get to.
Okay.
Um, oh my gosh, this is so bad. Let's never go to a festival again.
I think that's the last time. That's why we got stuck last time as well, was that we went to a festival. I don't even know if I
Yeah,
can
I
get
think
over to
so.
you.
Well, that's bad.
Let's see here.
You might have to do this next part on your own. And by this next part, I mean like the next couple seasons in game.
Okay, I'm making my way. I've been alone for years.
If you come up from the bottom, you might have better luck.
Okay.
I'm so sorry that you have to spend time doing this
Oh,
when you should be
it's all good.
going through the mines.
This is part of the fun.
Yeah.
How does that work, by the way? So if I place a staircase, you can use it too, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense for us both to be down there. Just because whatever resources one can get, the other could get just as well.
Oh, yeah, I think it'd be more fun if we both go down together, but it's not necessary.
Oh, that's well. Plus the fighting, it's nice to have somebody there to watch your back,
Yeah.
and the chair might be useful down there as well.
Yes. Yeah. That would be a good idea. Okay, so Band-Aid in the chat again asks, how did y'all come up with the idea to not use tools? I don't remember where we got this idea. I think I started just being curious if it was possible, or wondering how far you could get in the game without using tools. I had finished the community center a couple times on my own and was a little bit bored of it and was trying to think of ways to make the game new and fresh. Okay, if you put one right below the log, yeah. Okay. Yes.
Success.
Success. Okay. Um, yeah, so just curious about ways to make the game a little bit more difficult, a little bit different from the playthroughs I'd done before. And I kept thinking about the community center and like what you could and could not do without tools. And I just kept getting more and more surprised that like I couldn't find anything that you couldn't get without tools. So then we decided to just go for it and show that it was possible. And I should note we're not the first people to do this. There is a YouTube series of someone who did this, finished the community center with no tools. But they just showed like highlight clips from their playthrough. They didn't show the whole playthrough. So, plus, just because someone's done it before doesn't mean you can't do it again. So we're having fun with it. I hope other people are too.
It's true. I think that's
Okay.
part of the charm is like showing the suffering. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yeah. Sorry, I had some stuff to sell, but I am ready to go to the mines now if you are.
okay. Yeah, I petted the chickens and I have
Oh,
the eggs
thanks.
now. Which,
Okay.
by the way, IRL, most chickens don't like to be touched. Like they will run away from you unless you
Oh, really?
like handled them a lot when they were small.
I did not know that. That's interesting.
Yeah. But if you have food, they'll definitely come up to you. It's just they don't like to be grabbed. They're a little dinosaur brain. All right. Down into the mines.
Yeah, sorry, we probably should have started earlier in the day, but since we're using staircases, we should still have plenty of time.
Yeah, we don't have to break all those tedious rocks that you'd have to do if you were a filthy
Those-
tool user.
Yeah, those dirty, dirty tools.
I gave
I know
Linus
Fall-
my birthday
oh.
cake, by the way.
Sorry, go ahead. Gave Linus your birthday cake.
Yeah.
That was very generous of you. Did he love it?
He said
Or
it
at
was a
least like
very
it?
I think he said it was a very nice gift, but I don't know what that
Nice.
means.
Okay, into the mines. Here we go. This is it. So, yeah, perfect. So I think on every level, just need to make sure that there isn't already a staircase there. Kill any animals or monsters if we can. Oh, look, there's a staircase. And
No way
can't
through
get
that.
through there.
But there is a quartz over there. Darn.
Oh, that hurts. Ooh, we got barrels on this one. This is so fun. So Jared has come into the mines a couple times. We got a quartz.
Indeed.
But we've never been able to get past level 1 because we've never had staircases or tools. Oh, ho, ho, got a quartz.
So that means finally that we are going to have access to bombs.
Yeah. I didn't think we'd have to make this decision this early, but I guess now we do. So we need to decide if we want to keep using our crystallarium to make jade or start using it to make quartz instead so we can get bombs. The benefit of the jade is I think that staircases will get us through the mines faster, and so there will be more of the mines that we can explore.
Yeah.
The benefit of bombs is it gets us leveling up our mining XP faster so that we can eventually have a long-term solution for farming and mining and other things.
Which, you know, is useful in a tool-free world.
Yes. Okay, so we hit level 5. That means we've got an elevator, so now we can always get to level 5.
Do we want to use the chair to hop around some of these?
You know what? We talked about how smart that would be to bring it, and then I didn't bring it. So I apologize sincerely for that.
No, you're good. You're good. We still have 5 staircases too, so.
Okay, let's get to level 10 then. This is awesome. This is going a lot better than I thought it would.
Yeah, we got lucky with those exposed staircases early on.
Yeah.
Ooh, is that a earth crystal I see?
Yes, it is. I think we
Excellent.
need that to make a mayonnaise machine, so now our chickens might become more profitable.
And you turn the egg.
It's-
You're not turning the chickens into mayonnaise, right?
Right. Yuck. No, just the eggs. Got another quartz.
Excellent. And I think we are trapped in this
Yes.
area, so we will do another staircase. It's a staircase in your inventory, but it turns out to be a ladder when it's on the ground.
Yeah. I don't like that. But this is the way. Okay. Did you kill any enemies?
I killed one.
I killed one.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a very sparse floor.
Is there
These
one?
floors that...
Ah, no. So I was thinking there might be one of those diggers in the sand, but there's not.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. It spawned right at the base of the ladder.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think it always does that on those levels that only have monsters.
Yeah.
Oh, all kinds of goodies here. If you're wondering why we have good weapons, I think we got both of our weapons from fishing. There were some
Yes.
treasure chests. We did a lot of fishing early game because that was all we could do.
Yeah, and it semi paid off.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff from it, like jade and swords.
And a lot of money. A lot of extra
Oh,
money.
yes. Yeah, more than we really know what to do with. I guess we need to upgrade our coop again and buy a barn eventually. Ooh,
True.
I got some leather boots.
Oh, we both get one. Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm excited by how much of the loot is doubled in multiplayer worlds.
I can
Okay, how many
finally
staircases do we have
not
left?
be barefoot. I have 2 left. So we can go down
Okay.
and see if we're lucky.
Yeah, let's not place anymore unless we're sure we can make it to 15.
Oh, yeah, you do have to be smart about saving them. That's true.
Yeah.
Because we really only get one every, day plus a fraction of a day. It's like, I don't know
Yeah,
what it is,
about
like
every day
28
and a half.
in-game hours or something. Okay, no dice on this one. Call it quits
Okay.
and head back.
Yeah, this would be a great mine for, or a great level for a tooler. There's so much copper. Okay, everyone in the chat that wants to or has an opinion, do you think we should keep going with jade and get staircases or start growing quartz and work towards bombs? Keeping in mind that bombs would mean it takes a lot longer to get to the bottom of the mines, but we'd be able to start blowing stuff up sooner, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, so along with blowing stuff up, I mean, that means you can utilize the ground space on your farm, which we haven't been able to do yet.
Yes.
And that brings its own rewards. But getting to the bottom of the mine also, gives us access to other unique resources.
Mhm. Okay, Megan's voting for staircases until we get to the bottom of the mines, and she points out that there's loot every 10 levels, so that is something to consider.
Yeah.
Good call out, thank you.
Are we saving slime for any reason?
Yeah, you need like 99, I think, for the community center.
Okay.
Should we save amethyst?
We've got one in the chest already. If we need
Okay,
more, we can continue to save, but
okay. I will go ahead and sell this one then.
okay.
Okay, yeah, I think Megan's right. I think saving continuing to do staircases until we get to the bottom of the mines. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, then you have the mobility to use your bombs in the way that you like to use them strategically, if that makes sense. So you know what resource you're going
Hmm.
after and where it tends to be. You don't have to waste, you know, 30 bombs to get there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. It's more predictable. I am going to make a copper bar so that I can craft a mayonnaise machine.
Okay. Good thinking.
And that's a wrap on day 2. Hey, that was the first day of summer and we didn't find any summer forageable items. That's a shame.
First day of fall?
First day of fall, thank you. That's what I meant. Oh boy, I
Yeah.
hope I didn't sell any fish we needed for the community center. I've been in a mode of like, because we got all the fish you can get in summer pretty early on, and so I've been in the mode of just selling all the fish instead of checking if we need them. But I'm sure we'll get more if we need them.
Yeah, I think so we haven't had the opportunity to do any fall fish gathering. Wonder what the community center still needs fish wise. So we need a ghost fish. We need an eel and a walleye, which are night fishing.
Mm.
And we need a tiger trout.
So tiger trout, I think we can catch now that it's fall. Let me see, I've got a list up. So tiger trout we can get in the river 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. in any weather.
Okay.
And then walleye is in the river only when it's raining and only after noon.
Okay. Interesting.
Got a mayonnaise machine.
I've got a Mayor Lewis cutscene here. They're building a
Ooh.
sign.
Oh, nice. Um, is Robin there too?
Yeah, it's the special orders board. Yeah, Robin's there.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the help wanted quests that you get at Pierre's, except they're harder and they've got cooler rewards.
Nice. I have a new Mayor Lewis theory.
Yeah.
The reason he wears overalls, or maybe they're just suspenders, but people were painting him because they hate him so much constantly that he had
That
to
checks out.
he had to switch it up from just the regular belt.
I love that.
Cool. Well, that's a thing we have now. I
Cool.
have a hazelnut and a plum, I think, as well that I picked up on my way out to town.
Cool. Oh yeah, for the community center.
Yes.
Sweet. I've got some geodes to break open and a artifact to donate. So I'm gonna head to the museum.
Okay. Okay, well,
Oh,
cutscene
hey.
complete. Let's see what else we can scrounge up around here. Grapes. Excellent.
Caroline has a craving for green algae. I don't like that.
I think I might have some. I do have some.
Oh, cool. Yeah, if you go accept the quest at Pierre's and then
Which one is Caroline?
give it to her. That's Pierre's wife.
Okay. The
Got
blue-haired
green hair.
lady.
Green hair.
Green hair? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, who's the blue-haired one?
Abigail has purple hair.
Emily has blue hair. Okay.
Emily has blue hair. Thanks. Totally forgot about Emily.
Okay, quest complete.
Oh, was it Tuesday? You're about to see Zumba class too.
With a roaring fire. You
It's
gotta get it steamy.
what do they call hot yoga? Is that where you do it in a sauna?
Yeah.
Hot Zumba.
I feel like I would just fall asleep with hot yoga. You know, like I already find yoga extremely relaxing. So
Huh?
I feel like doing it in an area that's warm, I would just like fall asleep on the mat.
Yeah, I can see that. Hey, I'm gonna try to catch a tiger trout.
I will assist
Wild
you.
plum.
And fall foraging bundle is completed here.
Wow. Oh, you got a blackberry? I
Yep.
think you said grape
I
earlier
thought it
because
was
they
grape.
have the same sprite with slightly different colors.
Oh, really?
I think so. I could be wrong. It looks the same to me.
I got fall seeds. Is that something I want to hang on to?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So fall seeds, they grow really fast, but they just turn into the fall forageables,
Yeah.
so they're not super profitable. Um, but once we have like sprinklers and enough bombs to till, then we'll use them up. Okay, I actually got a green algae on my first fight try fishing, so I'm gonna go give that to Caroline.
Oh, we can both complete it?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's cool. It looks like
yeah.
there's a quest to fish the lake because it has too much fish in it, apparently.
Okay, what's the requirement?
It doesn't say that there's a requirement.
Like, there's not a specific number of fish. You just have to.
If I accept it, it might tell me more, but it doesn't say
Okay.
a specific number.
Well, let's accept it, I guess. There's no penalty if you don't finish.
All right.
Okay, I'm seeing 20 lake fish is the requirement.
Okay. Yeah, that'll take a couple days probably. Or I guess if we're both at it, we could probably knock it out in one day. But I'll head up there and start working on that.
Okay. Let me try for like another hour and see if I can catch a tiger trout. And then I'll
Yeah, I
come
was
join
gonna
you.
say it makes sense to split our efforts there because that tiger trout's probably more important than whatever the reward is going to be for this one, and I can complete it on my own pretty easily, given a couple days to do that. So, viewers, what's your favorite aspect of Stardew Valley? Is it are you like me and really focused on auditory input? Or are you here for the good vibes? Or is it about fighting slimes?
I'll let you know if anyone responds. Got my eye on the chat.
Sweet. You know, it's funny. I think for the last few streams we've been talking about updating our fishing rods, and I don't think either of us have actually gone and
Yeah.
done it yet.
No, we have not. Okay, I got a tiger trout, so I'll come join you after I
Excellent.
donate that. Yeah, Megan in the chat says, I like feeling like I become a part of the community and dating Sebastian a million times. That is true. On Megan's most recent playthrough, she tried to date Harvey and just couldn't.
Couldn't do it.
She just kept getting distracted by Sebastian.
It's understandable. So
Yeah, he's a catch.
he's
And I'm pretty sure he's a self-insert by Concerned Ape.
he seems a little dreamy almost. Is that fair to say? Maybe I'm not using that right, but
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like dreamy is something really specific, but I don't know what it is. Megan says he's just my type.
all right.
I don't know if that was just like a justification, or just like you're just my type, you know.
Berkeley, have you ever thought about changing your name? You know, maybe to
Yeah, I think
Sebastian.
everyone named Berkeley does. Oh, to
Oh,
Sebastian. Megan says gross. No, now it seems like I'm into Concerned Ape. There's nothing wrong with that. We've all seen his picture.
I haven't. What does he look like?
Oh, he's super attractive. Um, and she confirmed that it was like the song lyric.
Ooh, an owl. Owls are
You
so
caught an
cool.
owl?
No, if
Interesting.
if it was flying down the screen.
Oh, there's some bubbles down here, but I don't think I can get them. They're so far from land. They're like diagonal from where you can fish.
Oh yeah.
That's too bad.
I love the
Yeah,
fall. I love it. What were you gonna say?
in real life or in the game or both?
In real life, I was thinking about it because of the game, but I used to run cross country, and so and like the competitive season is in the fall, so I spent a lot of time outdoors, getting soaked and super cold, but also all the smells and like I'm not sweating myself to death anymore because it's not super hot. You know, it's just I don't know, a lot of good memories I guess from that
Yeah.
from the fall season.
Yeah, I've appreciated fall a lot more. I think I've always liked it, but I've appreciated it a lot more now that I have a daughter that loves being outside. Because all winter, it's just such a hassle, like getting all bundled up and then wiping her nose and then convincing her that she's crying because she's cold and the solution is to go inside.
Yeah.
It's just every part of it is hard. And then all summer, it's like literally dangerous to stay outside too long because of how hot it gets here.
Yeah.
And so then fall hits and it's so nice. You could just be outside. It feels like forever. Unfortunately, here in Utah, fall lasts about a week and a half. It's so sad.
Yeah. Where I live, so it's surrounded by hundreds of miles of wheat fields. Like literally, it's
Mm.
an ocean of wheat fields, and you know, late summer it's all being harvested. So fall time comes and it just smells like dirt everywhere because there's nothing out in the fields anymore, and it's all yeah, it's very depressing.
Megan says she DM'd you a picture of Concerned Ape so that you can see for yourself. So look forward to that. You, Jared, not you, the other viewers. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, he looks like a I don't know. He looks. I don't know why, but he looks like an Estonian dude to me.
Hey,
But
that's
I'm
pretty specific.
I'm extremely jealous of that blanket. That's a very cool blanket, and he's got the 5 o'clock shadow. Yeah, I'd give him like a. I'd say that he's a solid looking dude.
Yeah.
Solidly attractive, not like he looks like he's a brick wall or something, but
I think he's gaseous. It is getting very late, so I'm gonna hustle home. I think we've already passed out twice on the stream, which
yes,
is embarrassing. Not this stream,
embarrassingly.
but on the channel.
I can't wait till we get the mine carts working again. That was so nice.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite community center perk.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it home in time. I hope I don't lose our staircases. I'm still carrying them. That would
Oh
be
my
the
gosh,
ultimate dishonor.
that would be very bad.
I'll have to sell my fish tomorrow.
Remember that time I almost didn't make it home, and then also you put a note block in front of our bed.
Yeah, so we didn't know the note blocks had to be picked up with tools. I thought it was like any furniture that you could just move, but nope. So now our bed's in a weird spot because I put a note block by the bed as a prank, and it ended up being permanent. And
Which
we
is
almost
not
died.
a trait you want in your pranks.
No, permanent pranks are bad pranks.
Oh, it
This-
sounds like it's raining.
Ooh,
Sorry, I did not mean to swear the dog.
it's okay. I don't think the dog really minds, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, Marnie wants amaranth. I don't even know where to get amaranth. I don't even know what amaranth is, if I'm being completely
Me
honest.
neither. I know in Stardew Valley, it's a crop that you can grow and then give to Marnie because her goats like it? Question mark. But I have no idea what it is in real life.
Hopefully something that doesn't kill goats.
Yeah. Okay, it's raining, so let's try to catch a walleye today if we can. You can catch them in the river in the rain after noon.
Okay.
So we could head to the lake and try to finish up that quest.
Yeah.
Let's see, we only need 5 more fish.
How do I look at my quests? There we go. Yep, 5 more. Have this bait. Do we have bait here? Yes, we do. One of the other quests was 100 bait, which we now have. Are you okay with me turning it in?
I don't think you can do both quests. I think you have to pick each week which one you're gonna
Okay. That makes
Um,
sense. That's why the other one was grayed out. That's our mayonnaise machine, huh?
do. Yep. It's just
Nice.
making mayonnaise. You can tell because of the way that it's expanding and contracting. That's what machines do when they make mayonnaise.
Peristalsis is the foundation of good mayonnaise.
Oh, Megan has informed us what amaranth is. Amaranth is like a little grain. It's in the it's in the granola. Um, I'm no better than Marty's goats. Megan, you're so much better than Marty's goats.
That's true. Sebastian probably wouldn't date Marnie's goats. Hopefully.
That's for sure true, yeah. That's something Shane would do. Just kidding. Shane just really loves chickens. That was all that joke meant.
So amaranth is in granola? Is that what Megan said?
Yeah, it's in her granola that she eats. I don't know if it's in all granola.
Huh. Does it have a specific taste?
I don't know. Okay, I've got a totally out there topic of conversation. Not totally out there, but I wanted to ask your opinion on like dialogue in video games. So Stardew Valley is a game where there's like really cute cutscenes, and a lot of the things the characters say are fun, but you're really limited in what you as a character can say.
Yeah.
Uh, like sometimes it'll give you three or four options, and one of them is obviously rude, so you don't say that one unless
Hmm.
you want to be rude. Uh, but it's not like a real life conversation where you can say whatever you want. There's other games that are really focused on social simulation where I think you've got a little bit more range. But that was something that my advisor, when I was doing research in AI and natural language processing, that was something she really cared about is like, how do we make more intelligent dialogue in video games?
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you've like been frustrated by that or interested in that and just like, oh, we've got enough fish for the biome balance. Anyway, like, is that a pain point for you when you play video games? Do you get frustrated that you're not able to say all the things that you would say in real life?
You
Or is
know,
it like
I I
not a big deal?
I don't typically run into that issue, but it's not. I, I would say that it's not because I haven't felt the pain of it, but more that I'm accustomed to it, to the way that dialogue in video games works generally, and so I don't really
Mm.
feel because if I thought that I could say anything and then I was constrained without realizing it was going to be that way, yeah, that's annoying. But when you if you go in knowing the limitation, I think it's not as bad. But I think Skyrim, which we talk about a lot on the stream,
Uh-huh.
Skyrim is a great example of what to do and what not to do, right? There's a
What
lot
do you
of
mean?
lore built into the dialogue in some parts of the game, but there's also a lot of repetitive things. Like, there's only so many ways that a voice actor, or only so many lines a voice actor is going to want to record for the same situation before they start to get tired of it, and the programmer starts to get tired of including it all and everything. So your interactions with the world in Skyrim, you can kind of divide it into a series of more and more specific categories using like a logic tree. But if you just go from like interactions with guards, for example, it's either going to be peaceful or it's going to be violent. And if it's peaceful, there's like three things they're going to say, and you're going to hear it all the time. And when you first play the game, it's going to be immersive because you're not used to it. But after, 10 hours, you can kind of predict it. After 20 hours, you tune it out. And it's like it doesn't even exist. And that leaves you with a game that feels much more empty than it did when you started playing it. So it's not frustrating necessarily if you have other games to go and play. But if that's really what you're invested in and you get accustomed to it to the point where, there's only three options and it's never going to change, it does make the world feel lifeless, right? It reveals the limits of the simulation. And I think that using AI to generate more rich dialogue is a great idea, but it's also a little scary because like that's one of the big appealing pieces of D&D to me, right?
Mm.
But with D&D, I actually get to interact with other people, which is awesome. When AI can
Yeah.
do that, will I talk to anybody else,
So that's scary to you from like the social consequences.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. So yeah, that was interesting when you said that like voice actors can only record so many lines and programmers only want to program in so many different like dialogue options. Because like now there are AIs that are pretty good at writing text. So I like that's becoming less true every month as these systems get better. The limitation that still exists though that I think is really interesting is that, and you probably already know this, but like you can get an AI to say really creative things, but you can't get that to affect the actual world. So, like to take this game as an example, you could have Mayor Lewis just come up with infinite, interesting, zany quests for you to do,
Yeah.
but those wouldn't actually, like, he could tell you about them, but they wouldn't actually exist in the game unless the programmer went and made them.
Yeah.
So, like, kind of what you alluded to. Um, oh shoot, I just realized that the biome balance gave us 1500 gold. That's so much. I wonder if it gave both of us that much. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the game that we're playing. Um, but yeah, so there's like this disconnect between what we can get AI to say and then what we can make true in the game world, in the simulation. Um, and so I think that's like why things are the way they are still, even though we have better language generation technology now.
Yeah. I wonder if that'll change though, because AI is capable now of taking text input and generating art from it that makes sense based on the input. And it's not just like make me a red square, but it's like complex stuff like make a dog that's also a kiwi and have him riding a bike, and it can give
Yeah.
you like 16 different images. So if you extend that to quest lines, I mean, obviously it's a lot more complex to create a series of tasks that a person has to do and make it fun. But if you can teach an AI to do that, then, you know, then sky's the limit, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think AI is anywhere close to being able to generate like a whole new level or like a part of the Stardew Valley world. It couldn't make like new mechanics, but if you kind of gave it options and let it mix and match, like pick X number of Y items and you have Z constraint that makes it harder and try to do that in a set amount of time, like being able to generate quests like that could be interesting. But then that's not really AI, that's like
Just
kind of rolling dice
yeah,
to
yeah, like use a
make a
lookup
quest.
table and
Yeah. So I'm curious about like trying to take that limitation and still fit like intelligent chatbots into a video game. Like, do you think it would be fun if like maybe say every Friday night at the saloon, the characters, instead of saying their pre-written dialogue, would say something generated by an AI, and each of them have slightly different chatbots, so they have slightly different personalities. Do you think that would be fun, or is that just like a gimmick? Would that feel like shoehorned in?
that's a great question. And I think it comes down to um I don't know how to I don't know what the technical term for this would be, but when you have a conversation, right, you build a structure of what you're talking about, what you've said, and what you will say, and that keeps you from running in loops or going off in completely random directions, right? It allows you to have a meaningful conversation about a subject. And I think my experience with AI, I don't even remember what it was called, but there was an app that was popular for a while that used an AI as like a dungeon master type of thing, or like a maybe it was more of a choose your own adventure story type of thing, but you could give it input and then it would tell you what happens based on that.
Yeah, was it AI Dungeon?
Yeah, probably. That sounds right. So that's cool. It's great, but what it isn't is it's not persistent. Maybe that's the right word, because
Yeah.
after a certain amount of time, the AI doesn't it doesn't build a structure in its mind like we build a structure when we tell a story. And I think that that's like you said, like, does it affect the world? I don't know. Because if you walk in and you sit at the bar, it could be really immersive to sit there and to see people talking and having conversation. right? Like Megan mentioned, it gives you that sense of community, like you're a part of it now, maybe, or you get to watch as it unfolds. But unless there's persistence, it feels like it's, even if it's infinitely variable, it isn't um, it isn't meaningful, right? Because it doesn't ultimately have an impact. I don't know.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks for chatting with me. I think we've pretty much solved all the problems with chat bots and in video games. I was just curious your take on that. It's been a while since I've been able to talk with anyone about that since I left my research.
Yeah.
Well, we made a lot of money fishing. We did not get the wall. Oh, we sold a walleye.
Oh, really?
Shoot, I don't know. That might have been me. I'm so sorry
Oh, it's all good.
if that was me, and I'm not mad if it was you.
It might have been me. I don't know. I was looking for the tiger trout, and
Oh
then I went.
shoot, we probably also shouldn't have sold that earth crystal, because I think we need one for the community center.
Oh, okay.
But that's okay. We're making progress anyway. Um, did we donate 4 items this stream? We got the 3 foraging items. Um, sorry, let me just look for the
Yeah, we
community
we
center.
got like a plum, we got a hazelnut, we got a blackberry, and we got tiger trout. I want to say.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Cool. Okay, and I've got a bunch of stuff to donate to Gunther next time we play. But I think that is a good place to call it.
Alrighty. Well, thank you everybody for watching and hanging out with us here on Anti Tools Farm. Uh, if you want to hang out with us other places on the internet, we have a link tree now. So if you go to the About section of our Twitch page, you can click on the little button there. I don't remember what I made it say. I think I made it say our links, and that will give you the option to go look at our Instagram, so you can get updates about when we stream and other fun stuff, or our YouTube if you want to catch up on our backlog, or if you miss a stream and you still want to watch it. So you can find that stuff there in our About.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, thanks for joining us. Tell your friends that tools are out and dinosaurs are in. And come join us on SV Terror.
Keep on keeping on.